when you need cooling sheets and ice cream cookies and literally Rick's Amana air conditioner in this show, then naturally you are thinking about wanting to put on gobs of sticky makeup, right? Because that just sounds pleasurable. It's like wrapping yourself in a wool blanket when it's 95 in summer. No, what we want to do is, you always hear, go makeup optional, or at the very least, if we can't do that, we want makeup that is good for our skin, does a million things in one, and feels like a summer breeze. Okay, this is the original brand, as you see on Sheila, the original brand of clean makeup, clean beauty. They started it. bareMinerals, hi.
Hi.
Oh, nice and soft. They are clean, they have been, and they led the charge. No sulfates, no parabens, no phthalates, no talc. This item, which we're gonna linger on for a little long because it's a hot pick on the day and I'm obsessed with it, is shipping for free, and we've sold almost 4 million of them at QVC. Would you believe inside this little pot of loose powder, there are only 5 ground minerals from the earth that somehow, in the 4 shades that we have, this stuff is called Bisque, somehow have the ability to color correct, cover, blur a pore, totally tackle a dark under eye circle. This stuff is amazing. Also, the story of how it got started as an eyeshadow is pretty fun and cool. But here are your shades, and that's where you come in, Global Director of Education, Jessica Faust.
Hello, everyone. I am so excited to bring this. This is almost like a try me and get your hands on this for summer for all these reasons we're going to tell you about. However, the shades are really easy. You just choose by your shade range, Sean. So fair to light skin, original Bisque. You can see it's for the fairest there. Summer Bisque is a warmer light, a medium, even into a lighter tan complexion. Honey Bisque is true tan. We just saw that on Sheila. And then Deep Bisque is for our richest to deepest complexions.
By the way, the brush is free. It's
the brush.
$24. It's completely free. This duo is not sold as a duo on their website. Oh, by the way, if you go to their website, Summer Bisque, the most popular shade in this item, which I use, is sold out. So welcome. We bring you the shades you can't get and also the bundles that save you so much money. All right, so how did this stuff start its life?
The magic of Bisque. Okay, so like you said, you're looking at this and you're thinking, okay, a powder concealer. There's no talc in this, so that guarantees it will not look powdery on the skin. When it warms up to the skin, it almost becomes like a cream. It morphs with your skin, Sean, to give you all of that perfect concealing coverage on the things you're the hardest on yourself when you look in the mirror. And what I love about it, especially being in this show, zero makeup meltdown. It doesn't cake, it doesn't settle into fine lines and wrinkles, because those are the things we don't want. We want it to feel light as air, but yet we want it to cover. This has complete opacity because the texture is so unique, so creamy and dreamy. You can put it anywhere under the eye, red spots, blemishes, age spots, dark circles, lid of the eye, which is how it originated, which we'll get into.
And by the way, you won't be afraid to go to sleep with it if you forget to wash your face or have a blemish and you're like, oh, I shouldn't put something goopy and concealer on it, because it's 5 ground minerals. It couldn't be any purer or cleaner.
Yeah.
You know, we often offer some version of Bisque during the year, but you don't see it a ton. And again, a reminder, not even any talc. So never gonna, for those in the age of possibility, hang out in the fine lines and the wrinkles. But this is a brand new bundle. Chantal is in what shade?
She's in the Summer Bisque, and she has it all over. Look at one side versus the other. Now, this brush, I begged and begged to have it paired with this, because this brush actually started its life as an eyeshadow brush. That's how we developed it. But it quickly became all of the makeup artists and myself at bareMinerals our favorite for concealing. You're able to see that she's able to lay down a good amount of product with there's 2 different lengths of bristles, but as she's able to lay it down, she's able to sweep and buff with the white wispy bristles that make it look even more diffused, Sean, than the concealer already looks. So she's able to get that soft, detailed coverage up under the eye. She's able to get that beautiful, full coverage in the areas where Chantal has some breakthrough redness that she developed later in life. So the things that you look in the mirror and say, oh, I just wish I could camouflage that. That is what this is going to do. And the reason it is so popular, I have not found another concealer that's been on the market for over 30 years. And that is this one right here.
I have not found another concealer that is a powder When I first discovered this product, I fell in love with it. And I was curious to know why nobody else was doing this concept, because concealers can be typically greasy and goopy and tacky and wet.
That's it.
And your mascara blots on them. And so it's a genius idea, but it's not something that's easily replicatable. And as you look at Chantal using it as an all-over foundation,
Summer Bisque,
everywhere she puts it, by the way, the brush she's using is completely free, $24, thanks so much.
Brush.
Everywhere she puts it, chemical-free SPF 20.
SPF 20 built in there through the minerals. So to say we were truly the first to give you makeup that acts like skincare, that is what I'm talking about. To have an SPF of 20 under the eye area, on a blemish, on a dark spot or age spot that we don't want to get darker when exposed to the sun, that is why it's a super summertime staple, not only to give you that SPF coverage, but you're getting that weightless coverage. And like you said, a cream or liquid concealer can be gloopy, can be gloppy. The ingredients separate throughout the day. Look at the difference there. Look at how creamy. Look at the slight little bit of luminosity. That makes adding brightness to the under eye area, adding brightness to the skin so it looks younger.
This is a brand new bundle. Wanted it in the show because this show is about sizzling summer, which means like sizzling, sweaty, hot, your face is melting off your body. And so we're giving you solutions to living in that climate, in those temperatures and in that season. And when it comes to makeup,
gorgeous.
This is a must. I can take this on vacation. We're going to Charleston soon, and I will be.
It's warm there.
And I'll use it as my concealer, as my foundation. I can use it as body coverage. You're going to see Pam. By the way, the brush is on its own $24. The concealer would be $27, $28, $29, $30. And so we're obviously in the high 50s for this hot pick if you were actually paying for both pieces in the bundle. Plus we have totally waived the shipping and handling. Now, Miss Pam is in.
She's in the original Bisque. That's for the fair to light complexions. And you are seeing Pam has been using this product for decades, and she loves it because she does have the occasional blemish or breakout, but she can trust that this is going to be, you know, good for her skin. It's not going to aggravate the problem, but she's going to get that impeccable coverage. Look at the under eye area, and with this whisper soft brush, it's just able to glide on. You can apply it wherever you want, but I'm telling you, it looks and feels like real skin. There is zero makeup meltdown throughout the summer. Look at this before and after. I mean, that is all the proof you need to understand why this is 100% a host favorite in this building, why almost 4 million have been sold here, and that is because it truly is unlike any concealer you've tried. So if you struggled to find a concealer that works for your skin, because quite frankly, it just like makes it look worse. That's not going to happen with this.
Not all powders, not all powder concealers, which good luck if you can find one. So I'll just say powder foundations if you're even using one of those and trying to make it cover like a concealer. Many of them have talc. Most, if not the large majority of them, don't have clean ingredients. Remember, wherever you put this, if the hot, humid sweat opens up your pores and drinks it in, you won't care because it is literally mineral earth. Here are the shades. I'm going to have you walk us through them again.
All right. So very easy. You just match up to what looks most like your skin tone or your skin range. We're starting with the original Bisque here, which you can see is a little bit lighter and more pink in tone. We have the Summer Bisque, more golden for light, medium, even a light tan. Honey Bisque is a true tan complexion. And then Deep Bisque is for our darkest, richest complexions. It's really easy. Just match yourself in. I use original in the winter, summer in the summer, so you can kind of be flexible with it and what you want to do. But I am telling you, there is not a product that has the opacity, the coverage, while giving you an SPF of 20 and not moving. And Sean, I should say, it's perfect under or over any type of foundation or no foundation at all, because it just blends beautifully onto the skin. And I love that you're covering scars and all of those things.
Because I had a derm take a mole off, and I mean, it's like, there's a nice big juicy red scar there now. Can I say that we are so very busy on the phone lines, and if you wear Summer Bisque like I wear Summer Bisque, which is an amazing shade, good luck finding it on their website. So that's one of the many reasons why we wanted to launch this here tonight. We've had in the show, as a hot pick on the day, shipping for free, how many, I'm sorry, Erin, spoken for? 600 out the door. A reminder, Sheila is in
the honey,
and she's using it as an all-over foundation. The coverage is pretty heroic.
I mean, that coverage on that discoloration, so I'm telling you, whatever you're trying to cover, from the simplest thing like an under eye circle all the way to an age spot or blemish or deeper redness on the skin, this is going to do it. It's such a fan favorite. Original, fair to light skin, summer, warmer light, medium, lighter tan, honey bisque you just saw on Sheila, tan complexions, and deep bisque is our richest. I'm so glad we brought this little duo because it's my favorite brush and it's one of my favorite products.
I want to stand over here by the poof ottoman because it's cute and it matches my dress. Speaking of my dress, it's from Susan Graver. It's in the show. I thought tonight, listen, it's sizzling hot. It is kind of already sweaty and gross out, and I